Hey y'all, welcome to the Olatrell Show. Here we talk about blood type health and 5D living. I'm your host, Latrell, and I'm blood type O. If you've been following me for a while, then you know I'm a blood type diet enthusiast, and I believe that the blood type diet is the only diet we should be following, with a couple tweaks here and there for special situations. This is because the blood type diet helps us on a cellular level. It's 4 diets in one, and there's a diet for each blood type: A, B, AB, and O. And guess what? Most other diets have been created based on the blood type diet. And this is because of how it makes people feel based on what their blood type is. So, vegetarian, carnivore, paleo, pescatarian, those are mostly going towards a specific blood type. Now, if you've tried a few diets like I have, then you know that not all diets are for you. Okay, that's because they go against your blood type. Now, there's one diet out here called the lectin-free diet, and that's getting some steam around it, some momentum, and that's what I want to talk to you about in this video. What are lectins? Lectins are the basis for the blood type diet. They are proteins that are on your cells, and they determine what your blood type is. In Latin, they actually mean I choose, or aka I choose what you eat, because they determine what our body accepts and what our body rejects, literally. Now, in humans, lectins are located in the bloodstream or in the digestive tract, and they are long Velcro-like that stick out of your cells, and they latch on to the sugars of other cells, usually based on their shape, size, and sugar availability. And this is like a receptor on the end of a cell. An example of this is our liver lectins. So our liver lectins hook on to bacteria, fungi, parasites, things that should not be in our body, and it takes it so that it can be destroyed. These pests usually try to hook onto the mucus of our gut lining, but since they're not supposed to be there, the liver is doing its job by hooking onto it and taking it away. So if we are treating our bodies well and obeying our lectins, which I'll get into, our body's able to work properly so that it can do those things for us, like get rid of the pests, the parasites, and things like that. Now, the degree in which outer lectins stick to the lectins of human cells is based on a term called glycosylation. And this means the availability of sugars, or the amount of sugars that's on a certain cell. So, like I said, lectins hook on to the sugars on the outer portion of the cell, and usually immature cells have more sugar and older cells have less sugar around it. So that determines which cells will be connected to the human cells. Now, another word to add to your biology vocabulary is agglutination. And agglutination refers to the binding together of cells, like that actual process. So this happens when the receptors of your human cells match with the sugar receptors of food cells, for instance, and when they bind together, when they match, they fit, cells around it, so other red blood cells or white blood cells, are actually bound together with that food cell, and it's marked for destruction. So along with the food cell, your other cells are also being bound together and destroyed. Isn't that crazy? And this is because those food cells are viewed as foreign invaders, like they found themselves in the wrong body and now they're about to be destroyed. That's because that's based on blood type. They thought they were going to do something, but they got. So they're about to be destroyed. But all of that destruction includes your own blood cells, which causes disease in your body, because blood cells are being destroyed, tissue is being destroyed, inflammation is being caused, and all this stuff is happening just because you ate the wrong food. So here's an example of how lectins, agglutination, and glycosylation work together. So in the case of people with Crohn's disease and colitis, they have a digestive tract with a large amount of immature cells. Why is that? Because they eat a diet of lectin-rich foods, meaning the foods that they eat have lectins that their own lectins do not accept. So they chose that your lectins chose not to have those lectins from the food in your body. And so they're constantly destroying those lectins, which are connected to the cells around them, and new cells are needing to be replenished constantly. So if you have a bunch of new cells in your digestive tract, they are highly glycosylated, and any new lectin that comes into your body from food is going to attach to it. And they're going to attach to it easily because it has a lot of sugar receptors. They're not old cells, they're new cells with a lot of sugars. So as you can see, this creates the symptoms that people with Crohn's and colitis experience, all because they're eating the wrong food. If you would like a list of food that you should be eating for your blood type, click the link below to get your blood type food list so you can start eating foods that your lectins actually like, so you can actually have your intestinal cells mature and are not so glycosylated. All of this mismatched food is causing an agglutination war to happen in your body while it's trying to eliminate the invader. And it's food. It's not a virus. It's food. But your lectins don't like it. Your lectins say, we don't want that in here, and it has to go. So Dr. D'Adamo, the creator of the blood type diet, calls it a battle between you and not you. Okay, so everything that comes in that your lectins accept is considered you, and whatever your lectin rejects is considered not you and is marked for destruction and destroyed, along with a little bit of you, which are some of your cells too. So now I'm going to share with you a list of effects that the wrong lectins have on the human body. So the first is lectins influence histamine reaction. Histamine is a chemical that can produce allergic symptoms. When food lectins attach to the digestive tract, histamine may activate, bringing on symptoms labeled as food allergies. Sound familiar? Lectins impair nutrient absorption. Lectins interfere with protein digestion. Lectins can cause growth in the size of organs. Lectins block digestive hormones, including insulin. Lectins influence gut permeability, which is called leaky gut. Lectins damage the intestinal lining. Lectins can cause rapid overproduction of white blood cells. Lectins aid in activating autoimmune diseases. So some of those diseases could be hypothyroidism, rheumatoid arthritis. Sound familiar? Yes. That's all for eating the wrong food, eating the foods that your lectins do not like. So as you see, lectins can be bad for you if they latch onto your blood cells and cause clumping of the cells around them. It's important to note that lectins that fit the cells of type A and agglutinate type A cells may not do that to type B cells. And guess what? Type Bs can eat those foods that type As cannot eat. And that's why there are 4 different blood type diets for the 4 different blood types. So my question to you is, what foods have bothered you over the years? Another question is, what topics would you like me to talk about regarding health, blood type, and things like that? Let me know in the comments below. In my next video, I will get more specific about food lectins, naming specific foods, and letting you know what those foods are doing to the body of the blood type that is eating them, that shouldn't be eating them. Also, if you would like to start eating foods that your blood type actually likes, grab your blood type diet food list in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next episode.